It's the Tony Tone Show, Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. My next guest on the Mocklink Celebrity Hotline is a great actor. You've seen him in things like Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Walk the Line, Last Action Hero, TV shows from The X-Files, Sons of Anarchy, The Sopranos, and Scorpion. He's got a new movie in select theaters today and on all the digital platforms. That's called Last Rampage. Robert Patrick, welcome to the great state of Iowa. You're on the radio in Muscatine, not too far from Davenport.
Tony, Davenport, Iowa, beautiful place.
Robert Patrick, you have some friends that we have in common at Weebler's Harley-Davidson, sir.
Oh, I love Weebler's. That's awesome out there, man. That's awesome. Who do you know out there?
So I know Bob Weebler. So oddly enough, we do a motorcycle or a bike night each week, and tomorrow I got a finale where I'm giving away a motorcycle, and Weebler's has been with me for 3 or 4 years now, Bob and John and the crew, and I told them that I was going to be talking to you, and they were thrilled because they've enjoyed getting to know you over the years.
Oh, that's a wonderful dealership. As a matter of fact, I have several of their T-shirts. You know, us Harley-Davidson riders are T-shirt collectors, so I've got quite a few of their stuff. They are wonderful. That's a wonderful dealership out there.
It really is.
Beautiful part of the country, you know. Iowa is just fantastically beautiful to ride through.
I was going to say, you know, it's rare that I talk to people that have experienced Iowa, and you're right, on two wheels on a nice day, it's just peaceful, you know, Robert? I mean, it's just you can hit the open road. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I had some great rides through there, and I remember one in particular. I came upon a tractor. It was a tractor. I want to say it was almost like a parade, but it was all these old tractors were on the road, and they were doing this big convoy, and they ended up having this big outdoor lunch, and it was pretty amazing. Vintage tractors. It was cool.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to say that's definitely an Iowa experience, right? When you have to slow down and kind of go around a giant piece of equipment.
Yeah.
It's just like
they invited us. There was a bunch of us riding, and they invited us. And we stopped. And we had lunch with them. Couldn't have been nicer people.
That's how we are out here. I mean, I grew up outside of Chicago, but I've been an Iowan for about 15 years. And when they say Iowa nice, it's not an insult. They're just nice, good people, you know?
Yeah, makes you proud. Good Americans right there.
That's absolutely true. All right, so we got to talk about Last Rampage, obviously. It's in select theaters today and on digital. So this is, I got to watch about a half hour of it. And
oh, you did?
Oh, my goodness, buddy. It's one of those things, Robert, I watched a little bit the other night and then last night, and I got to wake up early for this job. And I told my wife, I said, if I stay up late, you got to maybe nudge me in the morning, because Last Rampage was one of those movies I started, and the fact that I had to stop it was very frustrating for me, because I really...
Well, it's hard to stop a movie if you're engrossed by what you're seeing. Yes. And I know the movie's compelling, and the story is so compelling. It's fascinating to see how all this transpired and being a true story.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate your efforts to watch it.
Well, I can promise you I'm celebrating my wedding anniversary with my wife today, and maybe we'll have to finish it tonight, you know? I think that's...
It might not be the right movie to celebrate your wedding anniversary, but I do appreciate it. I do. Congratulations. How many years?
Only 5, you know, but it's been a good 5 years, and she's a fan, and I'm obviously a fan. Robert, my first experience with you was when you played T-1000, and I think that came out in 1991, Terminator 2. I was 8 years old, and my dad thought it was a good idea to take an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old to see Terminator 2. I ended up loving it. Maybe not so much as my 5-year-old brother, because he was a little young, but boy, what an experience. So I have to ask you, with Jim Cameron and Arnold and Linda kind of getting the band back together, have they reached out at all?
No,
Okay.
haven't reached out, but we did have a lot of fun just last month. We had T2 was re-released, digitally cleaned up in 3D,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but it was celebrated as the 27th anniversary of the film or something like that. And
sure.
They did a digital remaster. Jim Cameron did himself, and that was a lot of fun. We had that in theaters. And it was a lot of fun talking about the movie. certainly the movie is the biggest thing I've ever done, and it's just had an amazing impact on my life. I am thrilled for Linda and Arnold and Jim that they are getting back together, and they're going to be a part of Terminator 6. But I just don't see how the T-1000 figures in that story, because if you remember correctly, I'm just the bad guy for T2. So
Right.
I don't really figure in the mythology other than, that I was there tracking down John for my little bit. But they're going to make a great movie, and hopefully that'll reinstill that franchise and make it even much more of a prominent franchise in the movies.
Well, it's been fun for me to track your career, and Last Rampage is another wonderful example. What did it take for you, Robert? Is it reading the script? Is it having a conversation with the director, producer, writer? At this point, when you agree to do a project, what are you looking for?
Well, Tony, all that is involved. I do a show that is premiering Monday night, our new season of Scorpion that I do for CBS, which is on at 10 o'clock. And I've been doing that for 3 years. I've been doing it for 2 years when this script came to me, and it was brought to me by one of my directors that I have worked with previously before in the TV world. And he's a feature guy as well. And he sent me the script, and he said, I think I have something you might be interested in. And it's just the complete opposite of the character I played, Cabe Gallo, 10 months out of the year on CBS. I'm such a good guy, and I got a good, salt of the earth kind of guy. And this is just the total opposite end of the spectrum. So from an actor's point of view, it was exactly what I was looking for. How can I leave Cabe Gallo and go do something else and flex my muscles in a different direction? And this monster, Gary Tyson, and his story was just compelling and really fascinating, and just a real juicy opportunity for me to have something to do while I was on my downtime from Scorpion. So, seeing the script, once I agreed, we threw the movie together very quickly. We got a great cast: Heather Graham, Bruce Davison, John Hurd, Alex McNichol, Chris Browning, and
wow.
We went out and made our little movie.
I was going to say, if making a movie like Last Rampage is what you do on vacation, when do you take a day off? Because that seems like a busy schedule.
Yeah, well, I feel the old clock ticking. I've got a motor running inside me, thankfully, that keeps my ambitions up, and there's so much I want to do, and I keep feeling that my best roles are still ahead of me. Mm-hmm. And I just love working, and I think that I'm very blessed that way, that I really love what I do, and so work is, it's so enjoyable. It can be a grind.
Sure.
And I do try to take time from my kids and spend some time with my family, but they're used to my lifestyle of work, so.
Well, I tell you what, Robert Patrick, whenever you need some more wind therapy, we'd love to have you back in the great state of Iowa, that's for sure.
Well, I certainly look forward to that, and I appreciate the invitation. And it's such a pleasure to talk to you, Tony. Congratulations on 5 years of marriage.
Thank you, sir. Listen, Last Rampage in select theaters and digital platforms everywhere. Scorpion's coming back. It's been a pleasure, Robert Patrick. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Tony. You too, buddy.
Be well. Bye-bye.